Okay, welcome to the Let's Enjoy Piano Self-Expression Method. There's the book. If you have it, you can look at the plurality chapter. We're going to deal with 7 chords in plurality. This is, again, an innovative method for developing self-expressive skills away from the printed page where you're reading the keyboard. You can melody center, memorize as you play, and we're going to look at plurality. Different improvisational skills are improvisation, accompaniment, imposing, and jamming. So there's a lot here, nothing that I've seen other books touching the idea of plurality, which is the triad within the 7th chord. And there's a whole chapter on that. And if you have the book, you can look at page, let's see, 62. And it shows all the right-hand pluralities within the 7 chords, and then examples on the other page, 62. So 61 and 62 we'll be focusing on today. Okay, how do you lay out a 7th chord? And we're going to do some different interpretations using the 3rd note as the melody. With an F minor 7 chord, you can see there's 4 notes, the top of which, the minor 7, is a major. So we're just going to look at the root and the 3rd. That's where the melody is in Jerome Kern's All the Things You Are. He focused on the 3rd note as the melody. So there's the root in the left hand and the 3rd in the melody, which is the A flat. Next chord, B flat minor, root in the left hand, 3rd in the right hand. And that's the framework: E flat and G, A flat and C, D flat and F, G and B, C and E. Okay, so if we fill in, we can play basically the octave and fill in the major chord. If minor 7 has a major chord, there's A flat, C, E flat, and the octave. So there's your 3rd, and then you move to the D flat, the B flat minor chord, which has a D flat as the plurality. There's that triad within the B flat minor. Here's B flat minor 7, and here is the D flat. And we're using the D flat octave because we're coming off the 3rd. And now we go to an E flat 7 chord. We start in G. There's the E flat 7. E flat 7 has a diminished chord in there. There's the 5th and the 7. That's G diminished. Everything's in octaves. A flat major 7 has a minor inside as the top 3 notes, and you play the C minor octave. D flat major 7 has an F minor, and the octave gives you the 3rd in the melody. And G7 has a B diminished. There's the B diminished, B D F, and the octave, the 3rd. And C major 7 has an E minor as the plurality. So that's the framework. F minor 7, B flat minor 7, E flat 7, A flat major 7, D flat major 7, G7, C major 7. That's the entire framework of the first line of All the Things You Are. Now, if you're just starting, or just starting to do octaves, you can think of almost like, it's almost robotic, where you have the root in the left hand and the 3rd in your right hand as an octave. Keep the same distance and just move up to B flat and G, B flat and D flat, E flat and G, C, A flat and C, D flat and F, G and B, and C and E. So that's the framework. Now let's put a little chord flow in there, which we roll from left to right. Here's the F, and A flat full chord there, A flat in the right hand and F in the bass. nice sound to it. Again, F in the bass, A flat major 7, F minor 7 with an A flat octave. Roll left to right. You can put in the 5th if you want to, F root 5th octave. And it follows the cycle from an F chord to B flat, to E flat, to A flat, to D flat, tritone substitution to a G across the cycle, and continued on to C from G to C cycle. Okay, then we have a little sidestep modulation. We move from C major 7 to C minor 7. Which is E flat, minor 7 has the E flat. Still octave, back to F minor, and here's B flat 7, which is a diminished, E flat major 7. Always think of the root and the 3rd. And here's A minor 7 flat 5. There's every time you see a flat 5, it's a diminished chord. There's A minor, A, C, E. There's the flat 5. D, and back to G. There's the 2, 5, 1 in G. A minor, or A minor 7, flat 5. D7, G. So those are the first 2 lines. Let's do that again. F minor 7. Before we get into the bridge, there's G and B. And there's G major 7 with a B minor. But the framework is root octave in the left hand, 3rd in the right. And you can have a lot of fun with that. Understanding and learning your chords and learning the cycle, moving in parallel direction. Now, if I wanted to put some rolling in opposite directions, I can go up and go down. And up, and down, up, down, up. So the direction of your you could practice direction. It's some improvisational skill of parallel motion with your root and your 3rd, but direction within the chord of contrary motion or contrary motion, where you're coming together. So that's perpetual motion chord flow, and if you just highlighted and changed the style, improvisation, you can use the walking bass, as Count Basie would do, and just highlight the 3rd note. Etc., where you're keeping a walking bass, walking the chord, the root, 3rd, 5th, 7, root, 5th, 7, root, 3rd, 5th, 7, root, etc. You have to know your chord and feel comfortable doing hands separate, but that's a different interpretation, highlighting the 3rd note of the with a little slap Basie style. So you can have a lot of fun with laying the chord out, rolling the chord, getting a nice chord flow, and then experimenting with the style by doing a walking bass or doing a rolled octave. And that gives you some techniques you can use with any song. You can transfer that skill to any song, and it makes it interesting to give you a rhythmic flavor of the song in perpetual motion. Or when you're highlighting just the, and you're feeling the right on the one and the and, like a dotted quarter eighth. Or as Basie would do sometimes, just octave. Do a lot of little techniques with that, but the backbeat, whether it's a roll or a walk, has to be a steady backbeat, and then you can lay different things over the top. So just be patient, enjoy the chords, and it's a fun song to do because it's works for the cycle. It's a nice, very well-known melody, one of the greatest standards of all time. So if you want any other information, you have any questions, please email me at the email at Let's Enjoy Piano. If you want to try a couple lessons, look me up on the website, let'senjoypiano.com. Or if you have the book, pick up a copy. Or if you don't have the book, pick up a copy. If you do have the book, just look at the page 61 and 62 and start working on the plurality. And it takes a while, but it's a lot of fun. That's how 7 chords are laid out. And you should really have a nice full sound. Okay. Thank you very much, and we'll continue developing this further in the next video. Take care.